Hello and welcome to episode 203 of the Veeam Community Recap. I am Rick Vanover, the Rickatron. What? I'm here. And Madi, what? She's there. How you doing today, Madalena?
Good day, Rick, and hello, community. I am actually doing great. It was snowing in here for the past 3 days, so we have like 1 meter high snow, but it's getting better. It's melting already, so I'm happy about it. And other than that, I am super excited since this week we are going to announce our Legends intake, the first one for this year. So I'm pretty sure some people in our community are going to be very happy to this news. But how are you? You are in normal circumstances. You haven't been in a while.
Well, I wouldn't say normal because I am also quite cold. We don't have a meter of snow. We got a small amount of snow on Sunday, Monday, but we're all super cold. I want to say it was minus 15 Celsius is our air temperature.
Okay.
This morning, let me double check. So I'm all Celsius on temperature, by the way. But this right now we're minus 11, and the sun's out, so
Minus
we're warming
11.
up. Yeah, that's cold.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's really cold. No, I don't think it was that cold in here. We had like a minus 2-3 degrees, which is not too bad.
Yeah, because for you that's quite cold, but and that's a lot of snow for you. Where I don't mind a lot of snow. I got snowed in last week and stuff. I like snow, but maybe I'm ready to be done with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we are all ready to be done with it. I hope for an early spring, to be honest. So,
Well, I do know March I'm going to have limited travel. I just have one trip to Seattle for our team meeting, and I'm going to get back on the bicycle, right? So I'm really excited for that. So I tuned up my bike the other weekend, and it's just not. I'll just show the world here. It's just not ready for getting the bike out there. All that white stuff, that's snow. It actually does really good to reflect all the light in here, but it's not good for biking. So,
well, hopefully March is going to be better because March is like in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, but it sounds crazy, but if it's about 5 Celsius or higher, I'm okay to ride my bike comfortably.
Oh,
I can bundle up, but once you get like huffing and puffing, it's like I exhaust a lot of heat when I get moving, so it warms me up. I'm good as long as I'm bundled up and stuff. So I can do really cold. But this is quickly getting into too much information. So
too much information, too much weather. So how about some Veeam technology?
Let's do that. Let's do the awkward pivot and talk community here. So we got rules to be broken today. We've got announcements, programs, all kinds of good stuff. But first up is Christoph with a recipe for the Linux backup product proxy. You caught this one, Madi. What caught your eye here?
Pretty good and great to have Christoph back at the community hub. So he's discussing Linux proxies that were introduced in Veeam Backup for Microsoft 365 V8, which are offering enhanced flexibility, scalability for the backup infrastructure. And he created a step-by-step guide to simplify the process of setting up a Linux proxy. It is a long article if you switch to his blog. But I'm sure for the ones that are not that familiar with it, it's going to be super useful because he's really going very in detail and with all necessary codes in there. He's also giving us a definition of a Veeam Backup for Microsoft 365 proxy for the ones that don't know what that is, as well as a Veeam Backup for Microsoft 365 proxy pool. And as I said, he's just taking us through all setup steps in details. And one important thing that Christoph says, and I think it is important for us to also mention it, is that additional considerations when you set up your proxies, like security hardening, firewall configurations, and other best practices should also be addressed, especially in a production environment. Of course, if you test it in your lab, that's a different story. But when you go production, you should definitely take other things in consideration. But overall, fantastic write-up, and thank you very much. I think it's an important topic in here, and I don't think I saw this in any other article shared at the Community Hub. So thank you, Christoph.
Yeah, this is definitely a rather unique post. Fantastic points in here, Christoph. Two things I want to bring to the reader's attention. One is Christoph is encouraging everyone to use Nano, which I want to plus one that many times. Nano is a much easier text editor. If you're not all in on Linux NVI every day, that is a really easy way to do text editing. Very intuitive, and all the different like colon and stroke. It doesn't have to do that. It's very easy. And the other thing, I like iftop here, or iftop, some people call it. If you don't have it, you can pull in iftop there. So this is a really good way to kind of see the interface. It's top, but for an interface. So I think that's really cool. So you'll want to check these things out. Those are two tools that I use a lot in Linux, and I'm not even a Linux guru. So good stuff. Thank you for sharing, Christoph. We got really good stuff this week. But next up is out of cybersecurity space, and keep calling this guy's name, Lucas K. He's talking about MFA. That rhymes. What caught your eye on this one, Madi?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy that we keep on using more and more content from the cybersecurity, to mention it and to discuss it in the recap. Thank you for that, Lucas, for giving us this opportunity. It's great to have you back in the recap. And you might actually remember a few weeks ago, we discussed Lucas Veeam Windows hardening script. As he says, based on that, he is trying to further enhance the security of individual components and the overall security. And for this purpose, he's implementing multi-factor authentication at the Windows level. And here we can see the results he got in his lab. When I say here, I mean in this post. He's using Cisco Duo based on price-performance ratio. As he discussed with some customers, apparently they agreed that from this perspective is one of the best tools. And if we look at the scenario, we can see the following. He's trying to secure a virtual VBR server with Duo. In the case of an RDP login, a second factor should be required for specific accounts. And then he's using the mentioned VBR server within his lab as well as his iPhone as an MFA device on which he's installing and configuring the Duo app as part of the test. And then Lucas says the solution should work both online and offline, meaning authentication via OTP should also be possible if the server is not connected to the internet. And he goes over configuration process step by step. As another very long article. If you're going to scroll down, you're going to see there's a lot in there. He's sharing a lot as well of the print screens with very detailed steps. And of course, I'm not going to go over each of the steps. I can see you are already scrolling through.
That's very interesting. Yes,
it is definitely. But I mean, the community should go over it. I think it's very interesting. And if you try, to achieve the same, I think you should probably use this article as a start point. And overall, fantastic write-up, Lucas. Thank you.
Indeed. And one comment I'll add is that Duo was very kind of front in line. A lot of people also use Authenticator now, but this was in market before. So it was a huge market presence there. But by the way, anytime you're doing 51 screenshots, you're going to get a shout out on our show. But wow, just everything from the portal to the phone to the Veeam BNR side to the just end to end. I mean, the Germans do it well. I'm just going to say it. The Germans do it best like this. So thank you, Lucas. This is fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. Great job.
Very long, thorough. Did we have to upgrade him to super user to go that long? Did he have to ask for that?
Oh, we should probably. Anyway,
holy buckets.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's our cybersecurity leader. He should already probably.
True. But yeah, I mean, just for other people watching to do extra long posts, you have to be.
But I'm gonna go and see if he needs more badges. That's one thing that I'm going to check. Yeah,
he is.
Extra
well,
badges.
I mean, we've called him into recap a few times. That's probably due, but he's hackathon. He's doing everything right. Rock on. Good stuff. Anyways, Lucas will be calling your name more for sure. All right, next up, again from Germany, Michael Melter. This guy found something pretty interesting. What's the takeaway here, Madi?
So yeah, thank you, Michael, for bringing this one to our attention. First of all, for the ones that don't know about the Veeam Threat Hunter, what is it, right? Basically, a scan engine provided by Veeam, and it is used as an alternative to third-party antivirus software to scan the restore points. Easy, right? And then is automatically, you should know that is automatically installed on a mount server and runs in the background. And Michael is letting us know that he discovered just a small bug in the code. He already talked to the support team, and it seems like the mounting the file system needed to crawl the system, and it didn't work. But he says mounting the file system for a single file restore worked just fine. And luckily, there is already a private fix for this, and it will be included in the next release, which is fantastic. And as Michael suggested, if you encounter that as well, open a case. Our support you will help you out. So yeah, just wanted to mention it. But overall, the Threat Hunter service, it's the Threat Hunter functionality is great. So you should definitely use it.
Yeah, for sure. A couple other points is when Michael says it'll be incorporated in an update, that's when you see us do these cumulative patches, or we're on 12.3 now, whatever 12.next would be, or a cumulative update would incorporate that. But the fact that he's using this, he found this, and that special fix is only available through tech support. So check that out for sure. Next up, now we are breaking the rule. I found this one, and I wanted to talk about this one. So this one is from Chris Donahue in our product management team. He's talking about the new VM Essentials hypervisor. And I think this is really interesting, everyone, because, there's a lot of interest in the market about some new hypervisor. And Madi, you might remember, we talked about things like Derek's Broadcom post and a couple others as well. People want to reassess their investments and their choices, and HPE is going to have something out there here soon as well. And right now it is the agents. Okay. We are getting requests to do more with this, but right now you can run these agents on HPE VM Essentials or other hypervisors that we don't have a native integration with. And honestly, the agents have a lot of capability. A lot of people are like, oh, I love my agentless backup, and I do too. But the agents are really powerful for now. So definitely check that out. And a couple of, you have instant recovery. You have all these other things that are going on. So I think it's part news, part how to protect it with Veeam, and part market response. And Chris, I think that's a really cool post, well-timed. And Madi, would you believe it? This is actually, ironically, very much related to our very next post, the Vanguard Spotlight, another hypervisor chat. Look at that.
There you go. Yeah, this one comes from Mikhail, right? And I don't think we mentioned Mikhail previously, but welcome to the recap, Mikhail, and hopefully we're going to mention you more often. This is, I think it's pretty interesting topic. It's a Proxmox Datacenter Manager. And for the ones that don't know, this is a project that has been developed with the objective of providing a centralized overview of all the individual nodes and clusters. And it also enables basic management like migrations of virtual guests without any cluster network requirements. And just for your information, this is an alpha stage. If you're going to go to their website, you're going to be able to see some details on the project. So many changes can still happen, of course. Being an alpha, it's not even a beta, right? So until the release, so just keep that in mind. And the Proxmox team says that this alpha version is intended to get the community feedback, which I think is great, and test the core features and collaborate with the community. So I think this is amazing because, people still have the opportunity to be part of the development of the product. Same as we say, the way we are also involving our Veeam 100 in the in the development of the product, working with them on betas. And Mikhail already took this to test, and he's showing us how to deploy Proxmox Datacenter Manager and how to connect the first cluster. And if you want to do it as well, use Mikhail's article as a guide or as a starting point. But I think this is pretty cool project, and looking forward to see this moving forward. What do you think, Rick?
Well, I do think it is a fantastically thorough walkthrough of Proxmox Data Center Manager. And when you think about the market conditions, organizations are wanting more, hypervisor options and stuff like that. And, we support Proxmox now. I think since 12.2, Veeam has supported the Proxmox VE hypervisor. And what I can tell you, which was interesting about the Proxmox journey, is that we were really shocked how popular Proxmox was in terms of product telemetry. It's still new, but it is really a fast grower. We don't really release too much of the telemetry data, but it has surprised us in its adoption. So those extra things like management, those are important as well. Mikhail, nice to finally feature you here on the recap with the Vanguard blog Spotlight.
Yeah, thank you, Mikhail.
Good stuff. All right, now we're going to special department news. I want to let everyone know we are recording on, the 19th. So this is a Wednesday. And yesterday, the product management team updated the orchestrator product to, what is it? I want to say 7.2. That's right. And the big thing that I want to highlight, release notes, is that I'm looking for the what's new. Here it is. Hyper-V. People have been asking, again, different hypervisor choices, topic du jour. We've had a lot of requests for additional hypervisor support with the orchestrator product. And 7.2 of the orchestrator will incorporate that with Hyper-V backup and recovery plans, but it also can take other workloads to Hyper-V. So it's both a migration and ongoing orchestration platform. So good stuff. There have been people asking for this for a long time. So happy to share that. All right. Now, Madi, the last four special department things, you got a whole bunch of new things. Which one is, well, let's start with this one, VDC for me. What's this all about?
Well, I think we actually mentioned it briefly, maybe in our previous last week recap, but now we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about it. So Cloud City VDC series with Hien and Michael Paul. This is the first episode, and it's going to be next week, the February 28th at 4 p.m. set. It will be every month, last week of the month, and it will be discussed what's new for me in Veeam Data Cloud. So as you remember, we discussed it.
Michael had that video kind of like summarizing a few things.
Michael Paul had that video exactly giving us some updates on the new release. He mentioned that we're going to get every 2 weeks updates on the product, so on the platform. So this is going to be more like an overview, but you're going to have the opportunity to participate because it's going to be a show and it's going to be live, and you're going to have the opportunity to ask your questions as well, and have clarity on updates, or I don't know, any questions, anything that you want to ask regarding the VDC. So I think this is going to be fantastic. We already have 20 people that registered. You still have time. There is still 1 week to go. So I think overall it's going to be fantastic. And this one is the first one is just Hien and Michael Paul, but they're going to have some special guests as well that are working with the products. So I'm really looking forward to it and see what's going to be the interest from people. We are talking more and more about VDC, so I think this is a hot topic. So we should definitely have it at the Community Hub.
Yeah, and I think it's also super important because it's going to be regular, and Michael Paul, it just lives in it right now. So he will be a fantastic resource. So thank you, Hien. Thank you, Michael. And also note, this will live forever on YouTube, right? I'm going to assume it'll be in our community playlist there. So rock on. Thank you, Hien. Thank you, Michael. All right, next up, some kind of spotlight type of thing. Not spotlight, but kind of like the rest of the story. looks like Anthony and Greg Barney are going to talk about a write-up of their experiences. I kind of love these kind of softer side of life things. This is cool.
So we already actually mentioned the Spotlight, I believe, a few weeks ago, which is an initiative to give our Veeam 100 members and VUG leaders the opportunity to write up about their experiences as part of our Veeam community programs, and to recognize them by sharing their articles or videos, because there are going to be some videos as well, on Veeam social media, as well as having it on our Veeam 100 directory and the VUG groups. So, I think if you are interested to be part of our programs, you should go and read on our community members' experience in here. We going to add as we go, because I believe there's going to be 2 or 3 shared on Veeam social media per month. So as they're going to be shared on social media, we are going to add it as well in the directory. I think this is the best way for anyone that is interested in finding out more about our programs, to understand if it's something for them or it's not something that they are interested in. So definitely advise our community members to go and read about this.
Perspective. It's always great to have additional perspectives of some of the people that are the best. I just really want to know, Greg. So this is Greg Barney, one of the vanguards. Replicatish, replicata. Is it like a kind of like a Greek mythology of replication? I don't know. Tell us the story. How did that come about? I just want to know.
I think you can find out the story because in our first Veeam 100 show episodes, Greg Barney was, the vanguard that was invited, and he actually was asked by Anthony, what is the story behind that? Oh, wow. So you can definitely find it out from there. If not, Greg, just let us know in here. So
well, you've just made it clear that I didn't watch that episode, so I'm in trouble now, I think.
Oops.
Yeah, that's okay. But anyways, thank you, Greg.
You just forgot, Rick. I'm sure you watched it.
Okay. I watch a lot of Veeam stuff. Yeah. All right. And then same thing over on the Legends side. It looks like we have Antonio.
Yes.
Yeah, and DeAndrea. His perspective as well. So similar thing, different program. And in fact, Madi, we're just talking. Oh, I love it when you go to blogs and like you get like the banner ads. Trust me, I'm not looking at these purses, friends. Okay, but I may or may not share the account at home with my wife. Okay, so that may be why all the purses are up top. But I just love these different perspectives, and that's why we have the 2 different programs. And we've got some additional enhancements planned for this year with some additional types of personas. But Antonio's right up as well. Same thing, just his perspective, and I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely. So yeah, just watch this space.
Which purse do you like? Which purse should I recommend my wife get? I'm thinking I like this one, but I don't know.
think I like any of this.
All right. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Now we got a kind of a special department news, and this one comes from Jeff over at his Object First blog. I want to highlight they have an ACE program, which Object First, if you haven't known, is a Veeam partner. They have a backup appliance that's meant to hold Veeam backups. In fact, I was on their Zero Gravity show yesterday, a lot of fun. But really, their ACEs, I'm actually very interested. Every time they find an ACE that we don't have as a legend or a vanguard, I actually find that really interesting. Who is this person? Why do we not know them? Those types of things. But looks like Jeff is taking nominations.
Fair questions in there, Rick. I'm also very interested to figure out, because I feel like an ACE could definitely be a Veeam 100 and the other way around. Right. So it's definitely interesting. Let us know, Jeff. Yeah. Maybe Jeff can answer this question. So basically, the applications will open on February 15th, so they are opened already. And then he says that he will announce the successful applicants on March 20th. But now tell us when you close it, because I don't think we have this information from this article, unless I missed on that information. Mm. But what is important is, like, if you want to apply for this, you should email Jeff. He left his email address in there, and just send him the application form. Maybe Jeff can give us a little bit more information on the application. Do you have like a form that people should use, or just give us a little bit more detail on it for our community to actually know? But yeah, great. Yeah, those are some activities and some benefits of being an ace. He put together everything in here, so just read it in there. But in case I missed on reading in here, or I haven't, just let us know when the applications are going to be closed, and if you have a form, or people just have to send you an email with why should they be an ace. Let us know, so just clarify it for our Veeam community.
I love these 4 things that I highlighted. These are the real kind of anchor in networking opportunities that are just super unique for any product, right?
Yeah. Totally.
So I think it's really awesome. Yeah, he didn't really specify a close date. It might be the first time he's taken public input, so it's like you always kind of pilot the process. I remember the first time we did the Vanguard program, we didn't even take nominations. We just kind of knew who they would be, and we invited them. Hey, we're going to start this. Do you want in? Do you want in? Do you want in? And we had like, of the 20 or 30 or so, all but one converted in, and that's because that individual was taking a job and stuff. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good stuff. Congratulations, by the way, Jeff, on running this, because community programs are hard. You're always paving a new path for these, and we've been blessed in just the product that's led our community. We've been blessed by great, really good folks like Jeff and the rest of the Veeam 100 body, as well as an incredible operational staff with Madalena, Nikki, and Sophia. But it's not easy. I'll say that's why I hired a team, because it's hard work.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and you have to be good with people as well, to understand how people work, and be there for them, and understand everyone's needs. So great job, Jeff, and wish you good luck to find the right people for your program this year as well. I'm sure it's going to be successful. I know you have some great members already, and good luck to everyone that is applying this year.
All right, last piece of special department news is who's new from Sophia. We are at plus 82. Who's new? 82. That rhymes. I love it. Couple I wonder if that's the Andy man I know.
I like that one. 101 blockchain. That's the one that I
like. You get longest username of the month award. Congratulations.
We don't have that, Rick. Okay.
Some good ones. I love. This is a funny one. Tall.
Maybe it's his name.
I don't know. Or like T-all, or I don't know. Always funny things that come in. All right. Who are the coolest ones? Sophia picked 4. I added 2 more. Arctic. Oh boy. K Willie. I have, there we go. K3 WTF. Molar Bear. Betwixt Bars. Tall. And
Molar Bear. That's a cool one.
Yeah. And then Alfred's pick goes to the Flying Toasters. Okay. So you, Maddie, are gonna. Okay, you Flying Toasters, probably Flying Toasters screensaver. I can't help but not think of the After Dark screensaver. This was something back in the day, tech lore. It was the coolest thing. It's just toasters flying around. It was the silliest thing, but whenever I saw that was the first thing I thought of. So it's like that's pretty cool. So.
Totally.
I wonder if there's a modern version of After Dark, but I probably have a Veeam policy that makes me have to have a Veeam on splash as my screensaver instead. So we'll see.
I think so.
Yeah.
You might or might not. I don't know.
Yeah. Maddie, thank you so much for curating the content this week. I think I moved us up a day for next week. If not, I will.
I think we are on Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back up next week with 204. It'll be fun. And maybe we have some announcements to share next week.
I think we will. I think we will. Pretty exciting.
Awesome. Thank you, Sophia, for the Who's New. Thank you, Maddie, for all the content. We will see you all next week.